One major crypto project was just hacked for $116 million, and are your funds safe? Are all coins going lower from here? And what's about to happen to XRP in the next 2 weeks? This is your Altcoin Buzz news. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, is not financial advice, and we wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Also, make sure to join us for our X Spaces, Tuesday to Friday at 9 a.m. EST, link down below. All right, good morning, you guys. So over the weekend, Bitcoin has pretty much done nothing, and then it kind of sold off overnight last night. So not the strongest look for Bitcoin here. Now, we were kind of hopeful that this would hold as a level of support, but one thing I don't like about Bitcoin right now is that it's retested this level of support multiple times. And usually if you get a generational entry and it retests it multiple times, it's not that generational. And so the fact that we had this sell-off on October 10th, we've come down here multiple times and we're still kind of just holding down here. And the fact that we haven't gone up immediately afterwards is kind of telling. And it just shows that there's a lot of selling pressure still. There's a lot of people that are definitely taking profit very quickly on any pumps now, and just a lot less money in the market overall. One thing on the monthly chart is the monthly just closed a couple days ago. And this is the candle we had. It's kind of like a Darth Maul candle right here. Now, one thing I don't love is if we look at the pullbacks here, usually we have about a 32% pullback on each of these. And so we've had this pullback from the top down to the bottom. It's about 33%. Now, if we were to do that on Bitcoin right now, from this top until the bottom, or till about 32%, that would take us to around $85,500. Now, I don't think we're going to get there, but it is entirely possible we could still come down towards around these lows around $98,000 to $95,000. It is totally possible. And Bitcoin doesn't look the strongest right now. Now, it is very possible we could go lower because we are still very wicky up here. And I don't think this just immediately reverses from this 108 area because we are just testing these lows over and over again. So I do think we go lower, probably towards $95,000 to $100,000 on Bitcoin in the near future, unfortunately. Now, I will say we do have a new TA host and he's been doing a great job. And I will say in these uncertain times, you definitely want someone with a lot of experience. He's been doing it for 17 years and he's been predicting pretty well that we will be going down towards $100,000. If you've seen his videos on our channel, I'll have them linked down below as well. But definitely check these out because we are doing TA with a dedicated TA guy, Joe. He's a great guy. He's been doing this for a very long time. So make sure to check those out. But I do think we are probably doing what he says. It's probably going back down towards $100,000. And unfortunately, Bitcoin and altcoins are still super weak while all this great news is coming out. Like President Trump has officially announced a deal on economic and trade relations with China. So Chinese actions have suspended new rare earth export controls. They've issued general licenses for exports of rare earths, which is great. It's taken significant measures to end flow of fentanyl to the US. They've suspended all retaliatory tariffs since March 4th. They've suspended all retaliatory non-tariff measures since March 4th. They plan to purchase at least 12 million metric tons of US soybeans. And as for the US actions, they're going to lower tariffs on China by 10%. They're going to extend the expiration of certain Section 301 tariff exclusions until November 2026. This is a huge deal. So we're not getting that 100% tariff on China, which is what sent the market earlier, or was kind of the event that led crypto to dump on October 10th. And so all this great news is coming out, but Bitcoin is still weak and altcoins are still super weak as well. And we also have Anthony Pompliano talking to Jordy Visser, breaking down why Bitcoin is not broken. It's what he calls a silent IPO. And he kind of gives a good reason as to what's going on with Bitcoin right now.
What's your read on Bitcoin, and are you giving up? Are you walking away?
No, so a couple things. Every possible thing to everyone listening that you would want for Bitcoin is happening right now, meaning the government is supporting things. The financial guardrails are shifting. We've got news after news every single day about the financial guardrails becoming more digital economy. It's things that are necessary for the network effects to kick in. All of that has happened. We still see inflows from retail. We still see the banks now opening it up for people to go through. But there's clearly a bunch of whatever it is, OGs, Bitcoin miners out of China, whoever it is, large amounts. Mike Novogratz publicly said it. If you go back to July, there have been billions and billions of dollars of, let's say, original investors supporting Bitcoin, regardless of how you want to term it. So I'm writing a Substack. I think what people should think about is we don't have an IPO for Bitcoin, but this last 4 months to me feels like sourcing the pricing of the IPO, where the original investors are getting out of large chunks. Now, why is there ever an IPO? For monetization. If someone has 9 billion in Bitcoin, I mean, I think they should diversify a little bit. If it was related to China, guess what China has now that they haven't had since 2014, 15? A bull market in stocks. Guess what else people have? Well, they have the chance to invest in AI. AI is a 10-bagger in many cases. You've been able to do it in the public markets. So I think at some point, Bitcoin becomes a boring asset to people who are looking for 3-baggers, 4-baggers, 5-baggers. It becomes a diversification. So I think this is just a distribution of a few massive holders.
CoinEx is one of the best exchanges you haven't heard of. Like Gate.io or Mexi, they offer a lot of coins. But more importantly, they offer the high quality coins you want. In fact, over 800 coins and over 1,200 trading pairs are available. They also have a great new program going on right now as well. Just sign up with the link below and you get up to $100 USDT to help your account get going. The offer is only good until November 9th, so get in there and get your bonuses soon. So click the link down below and give CoinEx a try today. And then moving on to the Balancer DeFi hack, we have here's everything you need to know about the Balancer hack. The attack targeted Balancer's V2 vaults and liquidity pools, exploiting a vulnerability in smart contract interactions. Preliminary analysis from on-chain investigators points to a malicious deployed contract that manipulated vault calls during pool initialization. Improper authorization and callback handling allowed the attacker to bypass safeguards, and this enabled unauthorized swaps or balance manipulations across interconnected pools, draining assets in rapid succession within minutes. The exploiter initiated a series of transactions, starting with a key Ethereum mainnet transaction, which funneled assets to a new wallet under their control. Funds were then consolidated, likely for laundering via mixers or bridges. And Balancer's composable design, where pools interact heavily, amplified the flaw. Similar issues have plagued AMMs before, often tied to how they handle deflationary tokens or pool rebalancing. Here's roughly the stolen assets. Ethereum $70 million plus has been drained. Base and Sonic $7 million combined. Other chains $2 million plus. The main stolen assets were Wrapped ETH, Wrapped Staked ETH, OS ETH, Frax ETH, RS ETH, RETH, and roughly $110 to $116 million in total. Here's what you should do if you're exposed. Withdraw immediately, pull funds from Balancer V2 pools if possible, and avoid affected ones. Revoke approvals, use Revoke, Debank, or Etherscan to cancel smart contract permissions for Balancer addresses. Monitor your wallets, track via Etherscan or Dune Analytics for suspicious activity, and stay informed. Follow Look On Chain, PeckShield Alert, or Balancer for updates. So that's the Balancer hack, and hopefully you guys are not affected by this. It just added more negative sentiment to the crypto space, unfortunately, this weekend. Then moving on, we have Nate Grass, who says, sometime in the next 2 weeks, I expect the launch of the first XRP ETFs. SEC opened litigation against Ripple for the past 5 years, up until 3 months ago. In my opinion, the launch of the spot XRP ETF represents the final nail in the coffin of previous anti-crypto regulators, having come a long way. We also had just this morning, Ripple launches a digital asset spot prime brokerage service in the United States. But at the same time, 800 million XRP worth $1.9 billion has been unlocked from escrow to an unknown wallet. So potential sell pressure going on for XRP. We also have Grayscale saying one fund, 5 leaders. The Grayscale CoinEx Crypto 5 ETF ticker, GDLC, now tracks the 5 largest, most liquid cryptocurrencies with Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, and ADA. And RAND shares, the RWA market cap on the XRP ledger was up 215% from Q2 to Q3. Tokenized DeFi is winning on all chains. And lastly, a reminder, the White House will make its first ever appearance at Ripple's Swell Conference on November 4th and 5th, which is tomorrow and the next day, 2025. Now looking at XRP, it's just not what you wanted to see. We really wanted to see it start to reclaim this, or at least start to make a series of higher highs and higher lows. And unfortunately, like the rest of the market, it just looks very weak. So until we start to make a new series of higher highs and higher lows, this does look like it wants to continue to sell off along with Bitcoin, unfortunately. And so we might come back down here towards these lows around $1.98 or really $2-ish, this major level of support. We might retest this in the near future. And then moving on, we have a Crypto Busy saying Sui has just entered the big leagues. According to Electric Capital, Sui Network ranks top 5 globally in new developer growth this year, alongside Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin. That's impressive for an ecosystem that's barely 2 years old. Been keeping an eye on Talis Labs, one of the most promising AI plus DeFi projects building on Sui. They're creating intelligent trading agents that learn market behavior, a perfect use case for Sui's parallel execution design. And the Sui community shares that Sui reached a significant increase in new accounts over the past few days, with 1.27 million accounts yesterday. And Sui Corner shares that Sui just flipped Ethereum in daily active wallets, with Sui at 653,000 daily active users, and Ethereum at 446,000. And Noodle Finance shares that the Sui DEX momentum raised $82 million in USD, showing strong demand for Sui tokens. And lastly, Mark shared that Sui flip MNT in stablecoin supply. And then lastly for today, we have the graph builders Edge and Node unveil Ampersend dashboard to manage AI agent payments. So Edge and Node, the team that created the graph, has launched Ampersend, a management platform for coordinating how autonomous AI agents operate and transact. Built on Coinbase's X402 payment protocol and Google's A2A communication framework. Ampersend adds automation, observability, and compliance controls, thus becoming known as the agentic economy. As AI agents begin to handle payments, data, and communication on behalf of users and organizations, the lack of standardization has made their operations difficult to monitor. Coinbase released X402, its agentic payments protocol, earlier this year. It's an open source system that enables instant stablecoin payments on any website. The addition of Ampersend offers a single dashboard where companies can set spending limits, manage policies, and track activity across networks. So that is Edge and Node and Ampersend, and that is a video for today, guys. Unfortunately, as New York Open is starting just now in a few minutes, Bitcoin, it looks like it is bleeding out. I'd be waiting to buy any more dips for a little bit right now. I think we are going to probably test these lows here, these different wicks. I think we might come down, come back, underside retest here, and test some of these lows below 102, 101. And so it is very possible we go into the even high 90s. So also make sure to check out Joe's videos on our channel as well. I'll have them linked down below. He's our new TA guy with 17 years of experience. So make sure to check those out as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.